And we're live. Surprisingly, we have with us Nick of the Nick and Zac Show. Who would have thought such a thing is possible? Nick, I think it's been a while since you've been on. We have a ticker at the bottom now.
Oh, yeah. Let's look at
Yeah.
Huh. All right, new and improved.
I know. I figured out how to do that without paying. How amazing life can be. We've had live comments in the amount of time you've been gone. I mean, we got all sorts of crazy stuff that's happened. We got trap questions. We rewatched some of the trap questions. We had people that both of us served with in Afghanistan in the chat talking to us. We've had everything. I mean, all sorts of things occur. All sorts of craziness has occurred, Nick. So much so, we've even had up to the point CYBERFROG's hit over $900,000. How's that make you feel? Like as you recall, I think one of the last times you were on, I was sitting here going, I need like 600,000. When it hits that, I get my calendar. I get a PVC toy now. All right, a PVC toy and a keychain. Like it's gone that much farther, Nick. It's gone to that point. Did you expect it to jump to this amount? Did you think this could happen? It's not done, Nick. It's not done. You can still back it.
Is it ever going to be done?
Oh yeah. It'll be done. When it's out of in demand, it'll be closed. And then when it's closed, hopefully it's hit over $1 million. I mean, it just bites the SJWs. It does. And that's a good thing to bite the SJWs. It is. We should do it more often. If we take and do this right, you stop and think about this. He's been quoted now. The intellectual property rights of CYBERFROG itself is a $20 million intellectual property.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty. A lot of money. $20 million?
Yeah, over $20 million as an intellectual property. Now, where's my artwork?
Yeah.
Didn't think that one through very well, did you?
Should have known it was coming. Because usually whenever you lead off with the comic, no,
I'm not even talking that. I'm talking intellectual. I'm talking intellectual property. As intellectual property, where's my artwork? I need to make sure this stays intellectual.
Yeah, no. You mean like where's all the stuff that I have worked on up to this point?
No. Like where's like good artwork in a book? But do you see this?
Yeah, I see it.
Hey, did you take a chance to read any of this?
No, not yet. I've been kind of busy.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you, Nick. This amazing individual. They've even had to. You have to find it in the archives.
Really?
You have to find it in the archives.
So they're trying to run on the premise that Steven Rogers,
they had to delete it. They got that much backlash. They had to delete it. It's only in archive now.
Well, I mean, you look at it, saying he was selfish is kind of like a long stretch. But in some aspects, I guess you could kind of say he was selfish for the right reasons. But at the same time, was he really selfish? Because all he ever tried to do was enlist into the Army up until the point where he got no-go'd medically every single time he had tried.
Right here, the guy literally goes, it was inherently selfish his decision to become Captain America. Steve was rejected from the military due to his small stature and health issues. But then his life changes when he is invited to join the Super Soldier program, which is how he becomes Captain America. However, removing the context of what he would become, the decision is selfish. Rather than contribute in the ways that best suited to him, Steve chooses to go under experimental treatments to artificially enhance himself. Steve's choice to become Captain America is rooted in fetishization of hyper-masculine rather than an innate desire to do good for his country.
So wanting to do good for your country is selfish.
If his concern was truly how he could best serve his country, he would accept his station in life and make the most of it. He could have tried becoming a merchant marine, train as an officer, or stay home and help with the production of wartime materials. All of these could contribute to the war like Steve supposedly wants to do, but that isn't good enough. Steve, in his eyes, has to be on the front lines.
Mm. Yeah, because there's because there's enough people wanting to join the front lines, even then in 1942 when we had to draft people. What kind of sense does that make? Like, the fact that he was willing to volunteer at that time frame in America alone says that it was beyond his own self that he was wanting to serve. Does he have family reasoning behind it, and maybe some of his own selfish reasons as far as pride, wanting to be the guy on the front line, wanting to be the guy to take on as much as he could to serve his country, to do what he thought was best? Well, maybe. But then I guess that makes, if you look at it that way, that would make every soldier selfish for wanting to serve their country. Simply because we volunteered. Like, that is complete and total horseshit to write an article like that off of a comic book character.
This may seem like a condemnation, but it's not. After all, not everything Cap does is selfish, and not everything selfish he does is bad. If Cap hadn't entered the Super Soldier program, there would have been no one to defeat the Red Skull during World War II. His unwavering commitment to freedom and privacy is also what uncovers Hydra's plot to overtake S.H.I.E.L.D. in Captain America Winter Soldier. Yeah, you notice the backtrack here. They're trying to backtrack a little bit.
Yeah, Nick, I'm seeing
Nick,
it.
Here's what you didn't see in all this. Did you miss something here? I want you to see something. I'm going to highlight something
I can't really read the damn screen.
Right there.
I can't see the screen. It won't blow it.
May 25th, 2020. I'm highlighting right here, right there. May 25th, 2020 is the dated article. Date of the article. 5/25/2020.
Huh.
I'm going to ask you, Nick, what was 5/25/2020?
That was fucking 5 days ago.
Okay, what was 5 days ago?
6 days ago.
Okay, what was 6 days ago? I want.
It was Monday.
I was Monday. Okay, what was Monday?
What are you looking for? I don't know.
No. What was this past Monday?
Oh, Memorial Day. Yeah.
Memorial Day. What was released on fucking Memorial Day? This article right here was released on Memorial Day, Nick. Now come unglued. Now give me a rant. Memorial Day. This was written about a soldier who served his country during World War II. Be it true or not, he was written as a character in a time that our country needed these characters.
So this little pencil weasel behind a keyboard decided that it was okay to diminish a character that, by a lot of means, to a lot of our military, me included, oftentimes idolized him for his determination and his actual focus and commitment to freedom and privacy and wanting what he thought was best for America, they decided that at a time when us veterans, our fellow military community, and people who have served across the U.S. are trying to be solemn and remember those that we lost. So he downgrades a soldier that made a choice, made a sacrifice, and paid a hell of a lot of sacrifices just to be able to be Captain America. And then, as being Captain America, made multiple sacrifices on top of that by putting himself as close to the front line and in depth as far as he could to protect freedom. So for that, he calls people selfish. And in that, he's backhanding every single military member out there that puts on a uniform, has put on a uniform, has dog tags, has any type of, is sitting out there in Arlington with a flag at their grave. This little pencil weasel, keyboard warrior, social justice, I am so trying to keep this kid friendly. Oh. This little pencil neck wants to choose Memorial Day as a okay day to downplay DC character that
it's a Marvel
character. Marvel character.
Marvel character.
Sorry. That's right. Detective Comics, Marvel. Big boy there. That's how messed up this guy's got me. That's how much of a rant I'm going on while trying to keep it kid friendly.
No, go ahead. How do you really feel?
We're trying to keep the show kid friendly, right?
How do you really feel?
We're not gonna go there.
Without defamation of character legalities, how do you really feel about this article?
About this article, I think it's total and complete horse apples, because in no way, shape, or form can you really say that Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, when he decided to fight to be a soldier to serve his country and was willing to do any means necessary to do so, to prove his commitment to his country, to freedom, to privacy, even, that he underwent every torture. Like, yes, it's an unnatural augmentation.
Well, okay, so let's stop. Let's pause. All right, there's a fact ignored in this article. He just knew he was going for a program. He didn't go, hey, all of a sudden, I'll gotta be a super soldier. They're not reading in every single one of those candidates into what they're going to be going into. They just know that they're going to be, part of this special program. So all he knew is that his government did ask. He kept trying. He was doing things up to the point, but kept trying because all the propaganda said. And I mean, it was propaganda. That'd be it, positive or negative. Every country has its own propaganda, even on its own people. And you look, and the propaganda said, serve your country, be on the front line. All young men were to serve. You would feel like lesser of a man if you weren't serving. You had to have been doing something. What skill set did he have that he could contribute outside of things? He didn't
have a lot. He
didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't go do all this and keep trying to become a super soldier. He didn't know that. No. So the article is completely ignoring the patriotism and the start of it. How many people freaking got, there's a reason the Army came up with waivers. We waive everything when we need people.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be altruistic to sit on the sideline? Are you kidding me? No. Every generation has its group, its heroes that try to all accounts to join. It's kind of why I wish Josh was here, because Josh is blind in one eye. He wanted to serve his country. He couldn't, and if I recall, he tried anyways. You try anyways, even though you're probably going to get told no. Doesn't mean you don't try. And it's not slighting the people who don't do it, but if you do try, you should never be, and you do manage to get in, no matter what the reasons. You should never be slighted for such a thing.
No, you shouldn't. It just sounds like someone was really pissed off at soldiers and veterans
I don't
because
even think it's soldiers and veterans. It was an underhanded freaking slap out at war. I mean, it was clickbait. It was everything they were trying to do. It just went the wrong way for them because they had to take it down because there was so much hate brought towards it. They had no choice, the editors, to go, we're yanking this one. We're just yanking this one. They these SJWs are so used to, being able to look and go, well, if you don't agree with me, you're wrong, and this is why.
right.
It didn't work this time, and that's the best part.
Oh yeah, and I find it funny that it didn't work for them the way they thought it would be because there's a lot less people willing to put up with it nowadays.
Oh yeah. So I got to ask you though, moving on to another, because Marvel is owned by Disney.
Yeah, Disney Star Wars.
A Disney Star Wars. All right. What's your opinion, Nick? What's your thoughts?
It's like mediocre. It's
what have you watched? What have you watched?
I watched The Force Awakens. That's about it.
Rogue One? Rogue
Yeah,
One was good. Rogue One was good.
That one was
As its own, everybody
And-
typed.
and
It was great.
What I like about Rogue One is like the very ending where they tie in the scene between Darth Vader and Princess Leia as she's trying to escape, and he's going through just basically mowing down her.
Well, yeah, that was neat. But I'll be honest, the fact that Disney let them pull, everyone died. Everyone sacrificed themselves to get this. It was well put together. There's some character development that they could have done better with, things like that.
Yeah, but I thought as far as the storyline goes, it came out pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's some fair tweaking. Could have been done. I don't need this new Disney TV show they're supposedly making in regards to that Cal Andor or whatever. Look, you didn't make me like him in the movie. You made me go, oh, okay, he kind of developed into a decent guy, and then he dies. I didn't like him beforehand. You can't make a TV show about somebody nobody liked. Like, he wasn't
the Mandalorian.
No. The guy that she falls in love with in the movie.
Oh yeah.
They were gonna make, I don't know if they have or not, they were gonna make a TV show based on him. Well, how do you do that? He's not a likable person at the beginning of the film. You can't make me like you. Like, if you try to make me like him before this film, it takes away what he needs for development as a character during the film.
Yeah.
Now, Mandalorian's good.
Mandalorian's
good.
Yeah.
I like the old Western serial style. I like everything that goes with that.
I like that it's post-Empire. It's like post-Empire in between what did they call it? The
New Order. Yeah, the New Order.
It's kind of like that gray area in between when there's like a lot of frontiers, and so it allows it to have that like Western kind of vibe. You know?
Right.
So it's well played, well said.
Solo sucked.
Yeah, that one was.
Did you watch Solo?
Like the beginning?
I watched the whole thing.
Maybe some of the middle.
I watched the whole thing. As a movie, solid 7. That's a problem with my camera placement here. But by the way, we're moving here soon, and probably the next show we do, I'll have a different setup, which means there'll be backdrop and things and looking different, and I'll be able to have a wider camera view, and you can see my hands when I talk because I talk with my hands. If I get lucky, maybe they'll be in stock with cameras or be able to ship things to my house again, because I can't ship anything to my house right now because we're in the middle of moving and you don't trust anything with COVID. So we're still using this grainy. I mean, look at my hands move right now. It's like
Yeah,
bad freaking motion. Yeah. So
I think mine's got some of that.
no, not as bad. Yours is what? Are you using your phone?
No, I'm using my computer.
Oh,
That's
okay.
my built-in webcam.
Right. Which isn't so bad. This one's a Logitech. That's probably like, if this is the one my mom gave me back, this one's from 2008.
Yeah.
If this is the one my wife had, this thing's probably from like 2010. Whichever, it's kind of a little old and outdated.
Yeah.
But, you know.
This was like, this one's 4 years old. So.
Okay, 4 versus 13 is a big difference. You know.
I might need one anyways. But.
Right. But well, they're USB plug-in anyways. So, so with my hands moving, solid 7 out of 10. Solid 7 as a film. You make it a Star Wars film, solid 4 out of 10, because it made no sense in the Star Wars realm. It made no sense.
Yeah, it got kind of confusing with like. I got watched up to the point where he joined the Empire as a pilot.
Oh God, you didn't even get halfway through it.
Yeah, that's when I stopped watching.
Okay, now The Last Jedi sucked as a movie.
No, I watched him when he met Chewie.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so you got maybe like a quarter of the way into the movie. So a solid, The Last Jedi. Roundhead Rian Johnson's destruction of Star Wars started there, and they tried blaming that on Solo. Or was it Solo on it? I don't remember, but it was horrible. Anyways, The Last Jedi, solid 2. And that's just because I'll give it a 3 because it had Carrie Fisher in it. It was her last film. I'll give it a 3. I will move it a whole letter grade. A 3.5 because of Carrie Fisher. 3.5 for Carrie Fisher.
Still haven't seen it.
Photo, my kid's tablet. Photo importer, connect your camera. No. What are you trying to do, child? You're not even on your side of this tablet. Oh, no, you need to go on on your side. There you go. Anyways, I'll give it a solid 1.5 higher just because it's Carrie Fisher. I'll give it a 4 because Carrie Fisher didn't get to film anything afterwards.
Okay.
As Battlestar Galactica, I'll give it a solid 6. As Star Wars, it was a Battlestar Galactica. We're about to run out of fuel. The bad guys are chasing us. We have to make it to this planet so we can get fuel for this spaceship. Oh my God, it's not going to work. Let's ram it with our spaceship. It's Battlestar Galactica with Star Wars characters. Spoiler alert.
What the fuck is Disney doing? I mean,
now I'm going to say something very, very controversial here.
4 minutes.
Controversial. Okay. Are you ready for this? Are you ready?
Okay.
The Rise of Skywalker. As a fan of the expanded universe, and now I got a cat on me. As a fan of the expanded universe, I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
It is a story that should have been. They taken this and made all 3 films with the Rise of Skywalker storyline. 2 films is all they need. The first one being introducing the new characters to effect, blah, 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 and done it right. So you completely eliminate. I mean, Han Solo had to die. Oh, sorry. Spoiler alert. Han Solo had to die in Force Awakens. Had to. Because Harrison Ford said, screw off. I'm done. Kill this guy. Please, God, let me go do another indie film. All right. That was probably a Disney contract to let him do a character he enjoyed. Okay. Come do another Star Wars. It was probably secretly in his Star Wars contract was if we ever do sequels and we want you, you're stuck. Let's be real.
It could be.
Now, if you look back in the history of Star Wars, pre-Disney, there's a thing called Dark Empire. And Dark Empire was this storyline. It was the return of the Emperor.
Right.
Spoiler alert, they've already it's in all the rumors. Everybody's talking about it. This was Dark Empire. This was one of the best Star Wars audio book. Like, I don't even remember if it came out as a book first or an audio book. This was one of the best storylines in the expanded universe, next to anything written by Timothy Zahn. This was this all crammed into one film.
Wow.
Should have been two films.
Right. And now it's one. Why would I want to see that again?
It was actually better.
Well, I mean,
because you have to.
But do I really? Do I really have to?
Are you a Star Wars fan? Are you a fan of Star Wars? Or are you can you accept having to watch and accept that it exists even if you don't like it?
Yeah, I can accept it. Well, I'm just not looking forward to it.
I didn't say look forward to it at all. Nowhere did I say look forward to it. All I said was,
for the sake of Star Wars, because I like Star Wars, because I'm a fan of Star Wars, yeah, watch it.
Now, I will be the first to say, you don't have to like everything. We can be at odds as fans and like things that we didn't like. A lot of people didn't like the prequels. I never disliked the prequels. A lot of people don't like Jar Jar Binks. I don't completely hate him. You know why everybody hates on Jake Lloyd? Jake Lloyd, the first Anakin Skywalker, well, technically the second Anakin Skywalker, third if you got fourth if you start counting. But if you look at Sebastian Shaw as the first Anakin Skywalker, the first one under the helmet, if you look at him, that makes Jake Lloyd the second, but the youngest Anakin Skywalker.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll look at the youngest Anakin Skywalker. Jake Lloyd caught a lot of heat, and everybody hated him. You know, are you an angel?
Yeah.
That whole thing. That's George Lucas bad story writing. He should not write certain dialogue. Great storytelling, not always the best at dialogue. Like, you can... Maybe that's why he got divorced. I mean, he's remarried now, if I remember right. But maybe that's why, like, if this is how you talk, there's only certain women will accept this, like Natalie Portman. If I walked up and talked to my wife like that, she'd look at, like, when we first met, she'd look at me and go, "Have a good life. I don't wish you well." I mean, she would just move on about her day. She didn't even really drink back then, and she would have gone to a bar, which she had never been till she got with me, is a bar. She would have gone to a bar and drank herself under the table for the stupidity of that comment. All right. So I'm just saying, a little stupid. But the reason everybody hated Jake Lloyd, because stop and think, how old were you when that came out? Like, I was in, like, 7th grade. So, you were like 8th grade? Yeah. Okay. So, it's because we all thought he would be Anakin Skywalker forever. We didn't know Hayden Christensen was going to come in. So we were all angry little fuckers. Nobody ever thought there'd be another Star Wars movie. And then there's this new one out. And And this little rat bastard got to take our Star Wars film. Like, everybody who saw it to begin with the first time, they're like, oh my God, this was amazing. And so when 2 more movies come out, they're like, oh, that's great. There was never, oh my God, you could dream about being in a Star Wars movie, but you already knew Luke, Han, and Leia were taken. Like, there was no being these people. But you find out you could have been the young Anakin Skywalker, and you could suck at acting, and you could be like, I could have done better. I could have done better.
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen, they all picked on his wood-like acting. Wood-like acting. No, I think he did a good job doing a flip back. Like, he's supposed to be closing himself off from emotion. So when you see the emotion just spark out, that's when you see him freaking throw tantrums and everything else. I think J.J. Abrams took that a little too far with the Kylo Ren thing. Just being a little temper tantrum thing. And then when Roundhead Ryan Johnson took it, it was just, now he's a temper tantruming little bitch. I'm gonna shatter my helmet and blah blah blah.
Yeah. When it should have been a lot more than just that. I haven't seen it, but based off that, like Kylo Ren, and as the stories in some of the like expanded universe, it should be significantly more than just like, he shouldn't be having the temper tantrums. He should just downright be ruthless.
Right, especially at the point that he was at.
Right. But they made him look like a child.
Yes.
So instead of having ruthless, force-using, lightsaber stabbing, soul-crushing Kylo Ren, meh, he hurt my feelings. Me.
Right here. Here you go. Dark Empire.
Yep.
Hey, it's a news article, actually. What Star Wars Dark Empire tells us about the rise of Skywalker. I mean, this literally is artwork from Dark Empire.
Yeah.
This is Luke turned to the dark side, and Leia had to bring him back. Like, they could have done this so much better. They did it. Dark Empire too. You know, Dark Empire. Yeah, look at this. I mean, this is the old Dark Horse classic. I mean, look at this. This is somebody drawing it, but I mean, trying to age it up. But this is Dark Empire. I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. That's just, oh God. Was there any need to put him in that suit? I mean, no. But look at Luke. Look at that face. You see that evil freaking looking, oh my God. And right there, other people had to jump at it. I knew it the second I saw it. This is Dark Empire. Yeah, that's all this is. It's Dark Empire. I mean, yeah, there's, you can see it's actual original art. So, I mean,
yeah. Well, yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I gotta start going.
Instead, we get, hold on. Instead, this is the memories you get of Luke Skywalker drinking alien boob milk. This is what you get instead, Nick. This is the memories you get of the end of Star Wars. This is what killed off Star Wars.
Yeah, I didn't see that part, so.
Yeah, that's because that's what he drank the milk from, straight out of the teat of this. This is The Last Jedi, Nick. This is what we got in The Last Jedi. You get to watch him go jump all over this mountainside, telling Rey to screw off because he's not going to train her, and she follows him. And then he comes down and he fills this stupid little freaking bottle full of alien boob milk.
Yeah.
And then he enjoys it. Oh, God, somebody even freaking gift it just for you. Look at that face. He's even like, God, I hate Rian Johnson.
Yeah.
Look at that face.
But I got to get going.
Of course you do.
I got to get ready for work, so I got to get going.
Of course. Don't you worry, Nick. I'm sure we hit everything on our topic with nobody else jumping in and more. I think we hit nothing more, other than we did do a little of CYBERFROG. I mean, I'll give you we hit CYBERFROG. Don't you worry. We got you.
All right. Since I am leaving, don't forget to subscribe, hit our like button. If you guys are on YouTube, make sure you hit the little bell and ask for notifications for when we're on here.
Oh, or listen to the ticker. Follow us on Facebook at the Nick and Zac Show, or Instagram at MP Jags and at VK Tactical.
Yep.
Yeah.
All righty.
Don't you guys worry. I'm sure we'll never see Nick again. He disappears all the time on us. Is he real? Was this a hologram?
Very elaborate hologram.
And next time perhaps we'll be in the new studio. And by studio, I mean my office. And by my office, I mean wherever my wife tells me I can put my computer. Oh, I'm always at work, dude. I'm never at home. I buy the house for her so that she actually has someplace to actually enjoy a little bit. Kids start school next year. Don't worry, Nick. That was part of the more. You haven't seen some of this stuff. They're trying to put them in bubbles, like little plastic freaking cubicles where it looks like shrink wrap hung from the ceiling. Clear welding curtain to divide each kid's desk up from each other. That'll go over well. Don't worry. We hit a lot of more that never happened.
It's true. All right. Well, everyone, enjoy. Signing out.
Later. Well, so with the departure of Nick, is this now just the Zac Show? Is this the end of the show? Will anybody else join? Will anybody comment? Will anybody subscribe? Like us on Facebook? Like this video? Will I be talking to nobody? Am I talking to nobody now? Am I talking to a wall? There's actually a wall right behind my monitor. It is possible I'm talking to this. My wife says I'm talking to the cat, but there's no cat in the room right now. I don't want the cat in here, though. That's fine. We covered some topics. I don't know if we covered all the topics we were wanting to cover, but I firmly say go to Indiegogo, support CYBERFROG REKT Planet. There is still CYBERFROG I've seen on the eBay, and you can get your first CYBERFROG. It's great artwork. I like the story. I like where it's going. I've got a lot of hopes and dreams of where it goes, but I was always a fan of frogs. So a frog superhero is the next best thing. The only downside with Ethan bringing back CYBERFROG, it doesn't. You don't want to be a copycat. You got to stay away from things like that. Whereas when I was a kid, we always had I had little stuffed frogs, and they would fight the snake army. It was armies of frogs against armies of snakes. I don't know that's worth reading, though. They had some pretty corny names. Well, we can do it. If I get fans that tell me to do it, we can do this. But First, we have to have fans. Oh, we got 3 people watching. That means Nick's watching right now. Aren't you? There's a 10-second delay, Nick. Don't worry. If you message me saying that you're watching, I'll know. Whoever else is watching, if you're not Nick, go ahead. Comment. We can talk to people in the comments. I can run this show that direction, or I can talk to nobody. I can talk to everybody. What else do we want to talk about today? Oh, see, and that number dropped down, so Nick's gone. That's right. That's what I thought. He realized I caught him. Don't you worry. He disappeared. We had a few other things that we had talked about talking about. Who else? What else were we talking about Let me see if I can find it. I mean, it turned out to be from 9 months ago. We started to go on the route of it, and I didn't. It would be easier with other people. It was a Disney Star Wars. Do we need a Hayden Christensen TV show about Anakin Skywalker? An Anakin Skywalker TV series? I don't know. A Darth Vader continuation could be interesting. I really hope they go the route of giving us like a TV show on the Old Republic, and I don't mean like the High Republic nonsense they're trying or anything like that. I'm talking the Old Republic, like Knights of the Old Republic video game. Give us that as a TV show. That could be interesting. Give us that whole premise as a TV show. The Mandalorian's good. That's awesome. But give us something different. Give us something with a time frame we know nothing more about. All we know is what that video game showed. Give us previous to that. Start previous and you work your way through. That's the route to go. Show us previous and work your way through. If you can do it right, I mean, there's people who could find it. If you have to change the name, I mean, they've already made Revan part of canon from everything I've told. So we go with that. But give us a Revan TV show. That's what we need. No more of this nonsense. Stop dicking with the Star Wars we know and love. Give us something new. You've got this whole world. I got it. You're not going to go with the expanded universe canon, but you could take it and you could work with it and you could make it something with all the elements are there. All the storytelling's there. Just go with it. Give us animated series. That's fine. Don't do any of this kids animated series stuff. Give us a real animated, like Sword Art Online style animation of it where adults sit back and enjoy it. Give us that, and give us that, the new Jedi Order. Give us the war with the Yuuzhan Vong. Give us this stuff. You can then have the main characters we know and love will be fine and go from there. But I don't know how you're going to do it because you already wrote out freaking all the heroes. You could have done it, drifted this stuff farther forward, and wrote in the Yuuzhan Vong War, but you didn't leave an element for it yet. You're not going to do it with Rey. You're not going to do it with. I mean, you're just not. It's just not going to work out. It won't be the same. You killed it. Thank you, Disney. Anybody in the chat going to say anything? Nobody. Okay. Well, that's fine. We can keep talking about nonsense because, I mean, Star Wars is Star Wars is Star Wars. There's no way around it. Everything else, though, it could be better. It could be worse. The show runs a hell of a lot better with other people on it for the humor factor of it. But let's see. Do we know anybody here that would come in? I'm not seeing anybody that would actually come on the show. We'll see if we can get anybody in here. We'll find out. So, but yeah, Nick dipped out on us, so he always dips out. But I don't know. There's a lot of different things going on, and I'm trying to avoid some of the political nonsense. The world is rife with problems and politics and viruses and everything else, we don't have to always be harping on it. We could easily take and just keep everything going with just enjoyable stories, and we're not getting them. So, hell, we lost one of the people watching. Yeah, these things happen. I think we're back down to 2. Oh, let's see. Yeah, this show is always designed to have more than just me. I bounce off other people much better. I've done this style before, but usually I had laid out news articles and things like that. It's a route we don't want to go back. I tried doing comedy sketches. It didn't work, but they were all pre-written. Some of them were humorous, but I don't want to go back to, making, offhand jokes about things and that just don't work anymore. I don't want to be on talking news all the time and politics, and I'm not really a sports fan, so I don't have that route to go. I drifted away from most TV. It's not what it used to be. I mean, having a young child in the house stops you from being able to keep up on some of the nice things. So I never got to finish Game of Thrones, so I've not yet been disappointed by that, though everybody tells me that final season's disappointing. Oh, Stargirl. I started watching Stargirl. That was actually pretty good. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Stargirl, I liked it. It was seemed like a nice new steer off there. We'll find out whether they'll screw it up or not, but so far that's pretty decent. I picked up Borderlands 3 though. We might have to get a Borderlands 3 stream going sometime. I don't know. How did you guys feel about video game streams? As long as there's people to talk to. Well, still nothing in the chat. Apparently you like nor dislike. But I can sit here and I can talk to you guys to the wall forever. We're at 47 minutes. I'll give it about 5 more minutes to see if anybody will jump in. We'll go from there. I know there's a couple of people watching right now. Feel free to comment. Let me know you're there. If you're somebody I do know, I'm not afraid to bring you in if you want to come in and talk about whatever it is you want. There's just certain conversations what will shut down, which is just things that are just way too controversial. We can be controversial all we want in comics. I'm not going into trap questions again today. Not today. I probably haven't had enough to drink yet. By the way, today's show is sponsored to you by whatever's in my glass. Let's see. Oh, I've had a few people see our link. Some of the people that are live right now on the Facebook are not willing to jump in, apparently. Oh, we lost one viewer. Apparently I'm talking to myself and they don't like it. Sorry, whoever you were. It's nice to have had you. It'll be nice to have you again when you decide to jump back, if you do. If it was Nick, well then, of course you've listened this long, so thanks. Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. Maybe it's most people don't want to watch live videos. Maybe it's because we're 48, 44 in. We're just going to write it out a little bit longer, see what happens. I'm trying not to do any more of these videos with other people. I mean, let's not go for a copyright strike. I don't want to stream snipe anybody either. I just think that's not fair when you're too small of a channel. If you're big enough, then nobody cares. Yeah, obviously you're not making money off of it. Me, I'm not making money off any of this, but it is what it is. I would actually just show on my screen, but I don't want to accidentally dox anybody that I actually like on my Facebook friends list. Let's see. Well, I mean, there's a few people that would be great to get on the show. I'd love to just talk to, but I just don't think it'd work out. I don't think I'm popular enough for some people that are in my Facebook friends list. They're probably getting ready to do their own show or work too. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like it's just you and me, audience. So we'll write it out for the last couple of minutes and see what happens here. I've probably gone over the 5 minutes. I'm talking to nothing. If most of you have not shut this off by now, if you're watching, I don't blame you. If you're still watching at this point, as of right now, I'm not foreseeing anything good. Feel free to tune in, what is it, next same bat time, same bat channel, except, it's the same channel and we never have a set time. You probably thought the camera froze for a second. It wasn't. I had this timed out for talking to anybody and everybody and people who bring up good topics, but talking to nobody, that's the issue. I could do short videos where you hear my rant, my beliefs, or what I want to talk about. Not so much when it's like not planned out. Nick took all the good topics, ran them into the ground right there at the beginning. Killed it off in about 20 minutes and left me with nothing afterwards. He's an ass. I hope he stayed long enough through all my rambling to this point to hear that part. And you know what, Nick? I don't like your hat either. I haven't liked your hat since the beginning of this show. Not this episode, not this viewing of today. Since the get-go. I hate Nick's hat. That's why it's also a hashtag. I'm pretty sure it's a hashtag on this show still. I think it's I hate Nick's hat. If it's not, it should be again. It is not. I'm going to have to do something about that next time. I hate Nick's hat. I just do. I just do. Nothing, nobody. We'll try one person. We'll see. Will they come in? Let us see if it'll pop up actually. Oh, God bless it. I can't do that. That's stupid. How do I bring myself in twice? Copy link address. There we go. Oh, of course not. Oh, that doesn't work. That's nonsense. If I understood how to use computers, this might work easier. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Do we have anybody that would come in? No. Oh, we do? Well, my 3-year-old says there's somebody that'll come in. Who? Who would come in? Would it be worth it? I guarantee you, if I sent the link to Ethan Van Sciver, he would not come on. If he would even read the message. I messaged him once, just saying thank you, because I am happy for what he's done, and he messaged me back. I sent him a message that said I never thought you'd respond. Never responded then. And then another one where it was Palm Sunday, just one of those to you and yours, nothing. But it would be too ballsy with this episode having gone down to 0 people viewing to even make that attempt. I'm not that ballsy. Another time, perhaps, when I have more than just me on, perhaps, but not today. Not today, I say. Nobody in the chat's telling me to try it, so, not today. But who else do we have? Who do we have and know that could help save this show? He already said no. He never reads my messages till 2 days later. He takes 4 months. Well, it looks like nobody. And even Josh has ignored our messages. He has ignored our cry for help. Just ignored it. No cry for help. My mockingbird says no cry. So, I guess we'll have to close out this show. So, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave comments. I do read the comments. There's a couple people I've ignored the comments because I don't think you're 100% legit people. So if you leave comments like the one guy, I want to be your friend, but you have one video and it's telling me how you can help me make lots more subscribers on YouTube. I'm just assuming you may be legit. You might be. You could send me a message, send us a message on our Facebook page then, and show me that you're legit because you cross-platformed, and we might go from there. But you guys have a good night. Have a good weekend. Maybe we'll give this a shot here later, but we'll see. So have a good day.